Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media used is found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings. Hi guys! Oh look, I'm naked. No, I'm not. Sorry. I'm in a good mood. Don't know what's up with me. I've had 2 coffees this morning. Always a bit zing. So this video, right? I wouldn't normally do a massive segment on Jessica. I have got loads of other royal stuff coming on later. You know, Charles, Eugenie, Catherine, and William. So bear with. But I just want to throw this out there because it's mainly your opinion that I'm after on this. Jessica has publicly been trashed by Meghan. When the Sasha Exeter thing broke out, where Jessica's lost her job, she's lost her show on Netflix, and Meghan basically dropped her like a hot potato, reportedly. She didn't just drop her, she didn't stay silent. There was several stories that then came out from Meghan's camp saying that she was embarrassed of Jessica, she was ashamed of Jessica, she wouldn't associate with Jessica publicly. Can't speak today, but she's publicly trashed her since then as well by getting friends to then leak stories saying that Meghan was relieved that she had a reason to drop Jessica because Jessica has been using Meghan. Jessica wouldn't have had the jobs that she's got if it wasn't because of Meghan and stuff like that, and she's really kicked her when she's down. But people do seem to think that Jessica and Ben are in on it. So what's happened is the story's got weirder. A newspaper article got released saying that Jessica is desperately trying to contact Meghan. They're really making her out to be desperate to constantly call her, and other mutual friends have told Jessica it's no hope, you know, Meghan's not going to speak to you. Once she's done, she's done. And Jessica's reportedly thinking about going, well, I'm going to do a tell-all book then if you're going to be that bad. It was reported since she dropped Jessica that Meghan is godmother to Jessica's daughter, and she didn't even send a card or anything, which I think is really cruel because children don't understand and they should never be part of the parents' battles. Who leaked that story? Who would know that information? You know, it's only going to be Jessica and Ben that would know that their daughter didn't receive anything, or a friend of theirs. So that did get put into the media, which does put Meghan in a bad light. So then I'm thinking, well, maybe it's not all peaches and cream with these two anymore. Ben has put a post on Twitter, which is very unusual for him, with regarding obviously anything to do with Meghan, and he's basically said false. So he's left it open to be interpreted by different people, different ways. Now, you've got Meghan's fan base that seem to be going false. Oh, he means that the entire article is false, that she's not desperately phoning Meghan, that they're actually still friends, that she's not writing a tell-all book. So it's left it open to a very kind of a narrative that could change depending on who you are. Whereas I read it as, and I could be wrong, Jessica is not desperately ringing Meghan. That's a lie. But what has then changed my mind on this is Jessica, actually. I bring this to you from a fellow tweeter, Baroness Bruck, and she has managed to find this information, and Jessica actually responded to people on Instagram. The comment has since been removed, but you can see here that Jessica clearly states, everything is false, especially from this tabloid. Does that mean that the newspaper have completely made this up, where they've got it out of nowhere? Or is this Meghan's camp, PR, Sunshine Sacks that have put it out there? I mean, the Daily Mail does put out some shite, it really does, but there are some stories where they get sued. Surely Ben and Jessica would sue the Daily Mail for basically saying, you know, that Jessica's so desperate, she's, you know, really pathetically chasing after Meghan. And I don't know, the whole thing stinks, and I'm getting really confused by, you know, the tweets from this couple, because they're so vague in their responses. It's almost like they're trying to stir it up, which then adds fuel to the fire of they're in on it with Meghan. But I just can't see them sacrificing that much of their career for Meghan. What are they going to get out of it? Do you know what I mean? It's a tactic that's been used by Meghan by doing stuff like that. So I really don't know. But anyway, that's them out of the way. I just wanted to ask what you guys think, because the whole thing is just anything to do with Harry and Meghan. Nothing is straightforward, nothing is normal. There's so many lies and manipulations that you can barely keep up with it. But that's enough of the Mulroney. See, I can say it slowly, Mulroney. But I give up. Anyway, so let's get on to the next story. So we've had a story come out that Charles was very, very hurt and upset that Meghan and Harry chose to leave because they were part of his bigger picture when he took the throne, when he becomes king. He is slimming down the monarchy, but he was going to have a very, very big part for Harry and Meghan. Now, this kind of worries me. It worries me that Charles has released this now to say that they were always part of the bigger plan, and it doesn't look like it's working out that well for them in Hollywood, if I'm honest with you. And the year review comes up next year, and if they think that they're going to try and sneak them back in and the public are going to be willing and happy after everything, that's not going to happen. I mean, you can bring them back if you want to, but I wouldn't stick them on any royal duties because I imagine there might be the odd flying tomato at this point. It could just be PR bluff, but the fact that he still thought that they would be such an integral part of the monarchy, you know, such a huge important part to the modern royals. I think, well, hang on a minute, Charles. They never played fair. They were always, even when, you know, before she was pregnant, they had their big tour. The second another senior royal was on an engagement, even the general public know this. When a senior royal is on tour, you don't hear from the other royals because that way it means the entire focus, the media, everything is on that particular project that the royal's working on, the particular charity, those particular people. Charles and Camilla would be on tour, bang, up they pop. There'd either be a story or they'd release photographs of something that they did 2 weeks before on the same day. William and Catherine were not immune. Even the Queen wasn't immune. They did that on several occasions. It became almost like a running joke, didn't it? As soon as we'd see that a particular royal was arriving in the newspapers the next day, we were like, synchronised watches. 5, 4, up they come. Oh, wow, what a shocker. So I can't see how he could ever truly think that they would ever settle in. They've always been out to be bigger and better. Meghan mainly has wanted to be the star of the show, since she came on scene. That's why she probably got pregnant so quick. That and it's a little nest egg, isn't it? I've grown to like Charles. I didn't know much about him. It's a different sort of generation. The Charles and Diana thing, I was quite young. Obviously, I've read about it as I've got older. But when I watched the Duchy of Cornwall and some of the other documentaries, I've really grown to like him. And Catherine has also helped me like Charles because she's shown personal pictures, him cuddling William, him holding and playing with his grandchildren. Charles came across to me previously as maybe being a bit cold like his father was with him, but it was the way that they were brought up. We just saw this really sweet side to Charles, and him and Camilla look very much in love. And I hope to think that Charles, if he's becoming king and Harry and Meghan and Andrew don't destroy this, then he has a better idea of what the public truly think. Otherwise, he's going to really flop, especially if he ever thinks about trying to get Harry to slip back in and to pick up military roles. I can't imagine many of the military people or even the heads of military would allow it, because this is someone that hung up his uniform to go play LA Harry to then come back and expect to be saluted to by soldiers, by officers. I don't think that's going to work personally. I mean, any of you guys that are in the military, any military wives or husbands out there, what do you guys think on that one? I'm not sure whether people would accept Harry coming back because he's dropped so many clangers. There are obviously reasons, you know, that Harry is an abusive relationship. I'm sorry, I think it's abusive. It's just the way he's changed so much, and he's gone from a really happy person to someone that just looks so depressed. But he's also done it himself. You know, there is elements of Harry where his own stubbornness and arrogance and entitlement have pretty much paved the way for someone like Meghan to come into his life. It was rumoured that Chelsea and Cressida, there we go, had said that Harry isn't actually that nice either. So it was only going to be a matter of time before all the nice girls just went, no thank you, you come with too much baggage, and someone else, if it wasn't Meghan, someone else could come in and sweep Harry off his feet. So I think the writing was on the wall in that one. And unless Harry wisens up or matures at any point, which given the fact that he's steadily sort of like approaching 40, he might find that when he divorces Meghan, he might go straight back into the next trap. I mean, how many of us know someone that's been in an abusive relationship and bang, they're straight back into another? So let's hope there's years of therapy ahead for Harry, and he might actually grow up when he finds out where his balls are. So let's Let's talk about something positive. Charles has been out and about in Wales. He has been visiting the Prince Charles Hospital and saying hello to staff and just finding out how they've all been doing and thanking them, obviously with everything that's been going on with the bug. He also went on to visit a holiday business to see how they've been coping because, you know, obviously they've been badly hit by this bug. And the pictures, he looks really happy, he looks really well, and I can't help but think I got Gene Kelly in my head. Several of these pictures, he looks like he's going to break out into a dance from Singing in the Rain. Ba ba da ba da ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba. I need to get out more, don't I? I've been stuck indoors watching too many films, too many classics. But what great film. I might actually watch that this afternoon now. So Princess Eugenie, she's been back in the news. She is raising awareness for 4 strapping young men that are running 240 miles between Liverpool to London. They are raising funds to go towards James's place. Now this was set up by his mother Claire when James sadly, which is one of Princess Eugenie's friends, took his own life at such a young age, and his mother has campaigned to basically to raise this centre. It's about supporting young men that might be feeling suicidal, or the families, you know, helping them deal with the fallout after someone has taken their life. Because there's so much out there, isn't there, to help women in situations that sometimes men tend to get put on the back burner. It's always devastating when to lose anyone at any age, but especially under these kind of cruel circumstances. So I just love Princess Eugenie. She's someone that I hope Charles doesn't overlook when it does come down to slimming down the monarchy. I don't think that she should be pushed aside. She has been involved with so many charities and she doesn't get paid for it. She's not ever taken any money. She doesn't have security and stuff. She just casually walks around, and she's a real-blooded princess of the United Kingdom, born. And I like her very much. The Queen seems very fond of her as well. And she's so likeable. She just has that really nice face, and I could just see her with Catherine and Sophie doing events. I certainly hope Charles doesn't get rid of Eugenie and expect to bring Meghan back, because just... So we've also had our lovely Duchess of Cambridge, Catherine. She is back and she was visiting several parenting groups that are set up. It's done by the BBC and it's to do with the creators of Tiny Happy People. And what it is, it's a new resource. Tiny Happy People have done 2 films. I don't know too much about them, but the whole thing that they're doing is they're rolling out a resource centre available for free to new parents, just to provide them with, as Catherine said, with gold dust bits of advice that she wished that she'd had when she was a first-time new mother. Tips that, you know, really help parents, I guess, in the early stages right up until 4 years old. So this is obviously linked to the Mental Health Initiative. This is being supported by the Royal Foundation as well. Catherine looks so... I love seeing her at these sort of things. She looks amazing. She's had her hair done, she's had it lightened, she's gone blonde, as the newspapers pointed out. So she sat with the parents chatting for some time, and she also shared some tidbits about the lovely Cambridge children. Apparently they're bottomless pits when it comes to food and eating, which I'm sure many parents can relate to. Apparently they're always on the lookout for snacks and food, and Prince Louis has now learnt to run. Apparently as soon as you put him down to the ground, he is off. I can only hope that his cousin Archie at some points learns the same skills. So with his father out and about meeting people in Wales and Catherine meeting young families and playing with their children, where has Prince William been? Well, I can tell you that he has been down the pub. I suppose it's a well-deserved pint. He was actually at the Rose and Crown pub in Norfolk to talk to the staff about the catastrophe that this bug has had on the hospitality industry. And who can blame him for having a cheeky pint while he was there? Oh, sorry, I keep looking like I'm naked, don't I? Put the top up. Yeah, someone's going to click on the video and go, oh, what sort of video is this? And to finish up, we have the lovely Sophie, Countess of Wessex. She has launched the 2020 Eye Health Heroes Awards programme. I've had to cut that about 7 times because I can't say it. The 2020 Eye Health Heroes Awards programme. There we go. She's been having a Zoom chat with several professionals from her patronage, the International Agency for the Prevention of Blindness. The awards are to celebrate up-and-coming talent in the eye care sector. Sophie has spent an extensive amount of time travelling to visit various countries all around the world to see how they are developing their skills. when it comes to anything to do with an eye doctor, really, for operations for children. There are a lot of countries which are still way leaps behind what the UK, America, Canada is when it comes to available surgery. So this again is something that's very close to her heart. So Sophie now has been informally promoted within the royal family to a more significant role. She has officially, according to aides and courtiers, taken over the void that was left with Harry and Meghan's departure. Not much of a void, really, was it? 72 appointments, wasn't it, in 2 years? So I'm sure Sophie smashed all over that anyway. But she's apparently actually now internally been promoted, elevated her status. So that means that we're going to see a lot more of Sophie, and I know that's what a lot of us wanted. A lot of us really do love seeing her. It's just nice to see that Sophie is being recognised by all of her hard work, which she has carried out pretty much under the radar for the last few, well, I suppose probably a couple of decades, really, just because more senior royals get all of the attention. But now that Harry and Meghan are gone, we're all going to be happy because we're going to see a lot more of her. And I think the newspapers, I'm sure I've seen some royal reporters saying that they are now going to be paying more attention to the Countess of Wessex now that she has been promoted. So yay! Anyway, that's it for this video. Meghan's done her Up Girl segment today. I haven't seen it, I haven't read about it yet, so I will be filming that for you guys tomorrow and dissecting it and just talking about what any of the other royals are up to. So I'll see you guys really soon. Take care.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.